And so because I'm on such a roll right now, I'm just going to go ahead and do the Starforge tutorial as well. You start by activating solo mode, that's V by default. When the player is close enough to select the door, you're going to click it with the player, swap to Bastila, and she is going to equip a Hyper-Adrenal Alacrity. When she's done that, she's going to AMG and enter into the Ebon Hawk.
Yes.
The main character is going to use default action to queue on the next door, and while he's running to this door, we're going to flourish weapon with Bastila to get her moving. As soon as he opens it, you're going to run towards the right path and keep a nice line, and select on the next door, again with default action. We have to use default action because the conversation's open. Clicking won't work. When Bastila gets not even to here, this door will be open. You want to use swap target to select this door and default action again. It's going to take the main character a little while to click past those droids, we call that parting the Red Sea. Once he is past them, he's going to be at the next door, and we'll be ready to stick him in this corner, and then he can click this door right here. Basila's going to run up this way, and make sure not to get too close to the Soul Droids. She's going to target a Soul Droid behind it. Swap the main character, we're going to AMG, and we're going to start tapping a menu. And once we see the menu shift happen, we're going to be ready to set up for our GP warp. There we go. So we can run forward, cancel, swap, and warp Basila. Now, what we need to do is swap to the main character and make a save with him standing over here, like this. We're going to save in our first hotshot slot, and we're going to swap to Bastila, and she's going to run through the door. It needs to be Bastila that runs through the door for several reasons. Now, we have one of our last moving hard buffers, so we're just going to hard buffer over this trigger right here. So, don't forget to put solo mode on. Like so. Easy as pie. And once she's passed, we're going to go ahead and queue up on this door. Main character's going to flip around and AMG. And we're going to trigger our next GP warp. She's going to queue at the next door, and the main character is going to start flourishing weapon to follow her. Pretty standard stuff. Once she's through, the GP spot is right here at this corner, like so. She's going to hit the door in AMG. And the main character is going to continue running. And we're going to try and kind of hug the right to take a good line here. And yeah, he's also going to warp at the exact same spot. Like so. Once we're through, it's actually probably better to use the main character there. You just need a quick save once. And instead of hard loading, we're just going to make a save in the third slot. And we're going to load back in the first slot. This is our destination, so we're going to quick save here. And then we're going to load back into the third slot. While it's loading, we're going to AMG. Open the options menu, and we're going to select enter to do cancel and load game at the same time. Double tap a map to have access. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do more quick save hotshots, kind of like the ones we did during the routine. So we're going to save, options, enter, enter. So now we're in deck 1, save, options, enter, enter. We're back in deck 3. I'm going to quickly pause so we don't get into any conversations, escape out of here. Basila's in her chamber now. We want to have solo mode on, and she's going to start running. We want to flop to the main character, open the door, AMG, and walk through for the next GP warp. Bastila can warp once she's passed around right here. And once we're right through here, in order to get past Malik and his 2 Jedi friends, we have to put ourselves right here and click the door. After this, we're going to turn solo mode off and AMG, likely while the door is opening. As soon as there's a trigger that she's right about to hit right here, as soon as she hits it, we can do is we can cancel, swap, and start walking forward. As soon as we're forward a little bit, we can quick save, quick load. You probably actually didn't even need a swap there, but you just basically quick save, quick load, so that way you can get past Malik. Now we're going to enter into the factory. This is the final boss fight. So, as far as how we're going to defeat Malik, well, it's pretty simple. First thing we're going to do is we're going to run up to him, and we're going to start his conversation. This is just a single option of 2 to get past it, because we're missing a lot of dialogue options because a lot of the game didn't happen, so just 2. And now when it starts, I kind of like to run to the side a bit, and Bastila is going to start throwing thermal detonators. Well, actually, I'm probably just going to throw 2 of her, and the main character, I'm just going to throw 1, because the main character dies after usually 1 or 2 combat rounds. So, thermal's off, and then we're going to throw another one. I don't want her running towards him. Yeah, that's not ideal. This is a pretty bad fight. Main character's dead. I need to get to a good spot with Malik. This is kind of not ideal, but... There we go. Once he's stun locked like this, everything's all good. When his health gets pretty low, let's go in an AMG. And now what you're going to do is you're going to click this conversation, and when you get to this point right here, we're going to hit enter, save, load. And when the mouse disappears, the timer ends. And Malik's been defeated. Impossible, I cannot be beaten. I am the Dark Lord of the Sith. And the cutscene's kind of broken, but we did beat the game. Malik is dead. And all hell, Lord Revan. And yeah, that is KotOR any %. Good game. Good fun. GG. And that wasn't that bad. Sorry about all the coughing fits during the Dantooine section. I don't know what that was all about. Anyways, yeah, we did basically, you know, conquer the Empire and, you know, doom the galaxy. That's fine. Ideally, we did it in less than 30 minutes, so that's good. And yeah, so keep in mind, we are a level 2 scoundrel. We are not a Jedi. We didn't go to most of the planets. And Malik is dead. Yeah, we are the true Lord of the Sith. Here he is. He's wearing a nice little heavy combat suit.
The Sith bow before you. You have reclaimed your rightful throne.
Well, thanks for watching. This was good time making. It's a long time coming. People have been asking for a tutorial for this route for almost a year now. So, it's good that I've gotten around to it. Special thanks to Range and Chaos for a lot of the work on this route. Also, Indy, of course. Indy is invaluable to this sort of thing. The game tends to break near the end there. Yeah, also special thanks to Sheet Metal and Werewolf for getting me into this game. Great guys. Special thanks to, let's see, I already mentioned Indy, Range, and Chaos. Who else? There's definitely more, but yeah. This was KotOR 80% Unrestricted. Be sure to join our Discord and check out the guides and resources on speedrun.com/KotOR1 for more information. Hopefully this is sufficient. I realize I started this saying this is for absolute beginners, but it probably isn't. It's really hard to make these tutorials for absolute beginners, but I think there's enough information here, and I do things slowly enough to kind of help out. If this is just absolutely awful, or if you want something more clarified or more focused, DM me on Discord. You can find me. It's not too hard to get a hold of me. You know, especially if you join the KotOR server, and you know, just I can make a short video or clarify something, or ask a Range R4 NG3. You'd be more than happy to help out with some detailing in this run. But yeah, hopefully these videos are sufficient for doing this game. All right, thanks for watching.